Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Look at the shadow lighting on this this video because the sun is coming right. Do you see it? It's coming right over here. It is so early, you guys. I have filmed so many videos and now I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. But I actually feel pretty good today. I went to bed very, very early last night. It is currently 20 after 11 in the morning, and I've been filming since about 8:30 this morning. I filmed an hour-long drama video. I filmed a... What did I do next? Oh, I filmed a reality TV recap video of all the reality shows I've watched for the last week. I filmed a Peterisms video. I just did a Amazon haul on my Peter Does Stuff channel, and now I'm filming this. And then I'm gonna, as soon as I get done with this, I'm gonna try to get off here around the 30 or 40 minute mark, so that I can run upstairs, take a quick shower, and change. This is what I wore last night to my meeting. My little Smith's t-shirt that I love so much, I was sent years ago with this flannel shirt. So, you know, I'm trying to, like, pull out the cute outfits. So, it's chilly today. It's kind of probably, like, mid-50s. So I'm thinking about wearing kind of a sweater and maybe, like, some boots and a pair of jeans and looking kind of cute. And then Caroline and I are going to run around. She's picking me up at 12:30. And we're probably going to go to Costco, and I want to go to Sullivan's to get some more of these cream sodas that I love so much, that are kind of like these smoky tasting cream sodas. Then we have to run by the vet, because we have to take Boo Radley's stool sample, which I'm sure Caroline will be real excited about that. And then we'll probably do brunch somewhere, and I don't know. Like I said, I went to bed, again, very, very early last night. And so today I got up early. I was actually going to sleep in until like 11:30 or 12. I went to bed. So last night, we went to the meeting. I actually got done with all my videos yesterday, and then I watched Below Deck Mediterranean, and I laid down, I think it was about 2:33, I think it was about 3 o'clock, and I texted Alex, and I said, I'm going to sleep until about 6, and then I'm going to get ready to go to the meeting. I woke up, I was like so exhausted, I did not feel great, I almost did not go to my meeting last night. And then I was like, no, it'll be good for me to get out of the house. I haven't seen Tanya in a while. I miss Tanya. I had a bunch of like hoodies to take her because I had all this stuff that like didn't fit me anymore. Tanya likes stuff real baggy. Literally everything that I have ever bought from Teddy Fresh, I bought 2XL, and it's real cute stuff. But none of it, like, she wanted this Jerry Garcia hoodie that I got through Teddy Fresh anyway. It's like all like different colors and tie-dye and stuff like that. And it is so baggy on me now. Tanya loves stuff baggy. And so I gave her a bunch of stuff. I had all these Champion sweatshirts, still have the tags on it, that I bought like at Meijer and online through the years. And I was like, if you don't, because I think she has a lot of them. And I was like, if you don't want these, or you have them and you don't want repeats of them, give them to your husband, or like give them to Eric or Nick, her son. And she's like, yeah, because Eric or Nick can use them to work at the kennel and stuff like that. So, so I gave her a whole bag of stuff last night. We had such a good time. The meeting was great. We broke up into small groups. We went to my home group meeting last night. We broke up into small groups. And then our meeting was about making amends. It was a really good meeting. It was a good reminder of how to make amends. And I mean, I obviously know how to make amends, but like specific things, you know, about it, like not going into it with expectations. And people were just sharing examples of different amends they had made. And so it was interesting to hear other people like share, like, oh, I went through this, or oh, I went through that, you know. So anyway, it was a good meeting. Saw some good friends of ours last night. And then afterwards stopped and got a fountain pop at the gas station. We had kind of like a funny situation at the gas station, because we know like the guy and this girl that work in there. And they noticed like my hat. And the guy was like, oh, you're an icon. And she's like, no, he's a legend. He's like old enough to be a legend, right? And I said, how old do you think I am? And so she looked at me and she was like, I don't know, like, you still look good for your age. And I was like, how old do you think I look, or I am? I said, be honest. And she's like, I don't know, upper 50s, early 60s. I was like, you literally aged me up like 10 years. She's like, well, you look my dad's age. He has like an all-white beard and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. So anyway, but it was real funny. Tanya was laughing. She thought it was hilarious. I said, how old does my friend look? She's 70. Tanya's not 70. So anyway, yeah, so I came home, and then I ate some dinner, and I was watching drag pageantry stuff online. I have these cards. They're so pretty that somebody sent me in the mail. And I was reading on my Peterisms channel, but I thought maybe I'd pick a few. My one contact is kind of driving me crazy this morning. It's like it hurt me ever since this morning, so I'm going to have to like take it out and put another one in. But anyway, so I ate dinner last night while I was watching this drag pageant. It was like Miss Gay US of A 2001, like the opening ceremony of it. And then I went upstairs, and my plan was to lay down from like 10:30 to like midnight. Maybe it was later than that, I can't remember. But I was going to lay down for a little bit, and then I was going to get up and watch some shows. I had Welcome to Plathville to watch, and I had Big Brother. Well, I like fell asleep. Alex was like watching the show till like 1:30 in the morning. When he went to sleep, my alarm had been going off, and he was like, "Can you turn your alarm off for good if you're not going to get up?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I looked at the clock. It was like 1:30, and I was like, "I need to just go to sleep. I'm tired." So I slept through the night. I got up this morning. Alex left for work. I slept for like another hour after that with little Boo Radley. He was so cute, and I was cuddling with him and stuff. And so I slept like another hour, and then I was like, you know what? I might as well just get up. And like, I've gotten a good night's sleep. You know, I've gotten over 8 hours of sleep. So I might as well get up and film these videos. And then I can film these videos and go with Caroline. And then we're like, because sometimes when I'm with Caroline, like she'll be like, I don't have anything to do until 5 or whatever. And I'll be like, okay, well, I'd rather get home like at like 3:30 or something because I want to make some videos today and whatever, you know. So then I was like, well, I can hang out with Caroline as long as I want. There'll be no rush. We can stop here. We can look there. Caroline and I love just like going to places and just looking around. We can have like a long brunch. I won't be in a hurry. And then all my videos will be made like they were yesterday. So, this is not going to be my new way of getting up early and making videos early throughout the day. Trust me, that's not going to be how it's going to be over here. But I do kind of like having my videos done and then being able to enjoy the rest of the day. It's one of the reasons why I like making my drama videos like late at night, like when I film them, you know, like 2 to 4 in the morning or whatever. Because then I have a video that's kind of long to post for the rest of the day. Today my video was 55 minutes over there. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, so I'm excited because I'm going to hang out with Caroline, and then I'm going to come home after that and get my videos published. And because I don't have time to do all the behind the scenes work with like the description boxes and the thumbnails and stuff. I don't have time to do that before I leave. I just want to get everything filmed. And then, yeah, and then come home, and then after I get done with that, take a nap. My contact is really bothering me. I have had these pillowcases on here since like spring, and I found these ones in the basement, and they are orange and white like plaid, and I've been meaning to put them out here because they will look much better with they're like my Halloween ones. So yeah, it's a good day. I did my drama video talking about the new Amazon, well, they're like warning people about not disclosing affiliate links, and then I did an Amazon haul. Got a bunch of stuff from Amazon, shoes and some sweaters and t-shirts and a bunch of lip glosses and stuff over there. By the way, I'm doing a hunt for the perfect lip gloss on my Peter Monn channel. I had so much fun doing that. And then, yeah, it's been a really good 24 hours. I'm feeling better. Yeah, it has to be the contacts. I was talking to my neighbor earlier, and the sun was kind of like hurting my eye a little bit. It's kind of hurting my eye right now a little bit. Has this cooled down at all? Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this contact out. I hope I can make it through this vlog. I feel like I just changed these contacts too. I need to schedule an eye appointment. Do you guys like, okay, this is so bad. I'm not a good like eye patient whatsoever. I schedule eye appointments when I need new glasses or when I need new contacts because my prescription never changes. Like literally I've had the same prescription for 20 years. I think it's important to get like glaucoma checks and things like that as you get older, especially because on both sides of my family, like both of my grandmas had like cataracts and glaucoma and things like that. So I think it's really important to keep up with that stuff. My dad's had some eye problems as well. But just recently. So I think it's important to keep up with that stuff, but I don't like going to the eye. I don't hate it. Like the dentist, I do not love going to the dentist. I have a dentist appointment next month. Is it next Monday? Yeah, I have a dentist appointment next Monday for a deep cleaning. Not excited. But you gotta do it, right? Gotta keep on taking care of your teeth. I've like gained some weight back since we've been on this trip. I mean, not a lot. I think like I lost like 4 pounds and then I gained like 7 pounds back. So I guess I've gained like 3 pounds total back. But I'm kind of like stuck there. And like yesterday specifically, I tried not to eat a lot. And I woke up today and I was like at the same weight that I was yesterday. And I was like, I have really got to start making, like, I think I took this weight loss for granted. And then I think like I lost a lot of weight from the pancreatitis and I'm changing my medicine and stuff like that. And then I just lost all that weight. But then I wasn't really doing anything to lose weight, you know? And so, I feel like I need to put it into motion more. I've got to start really like, I mean, I say this all the time and I never do it, right? Like I need to start eating healthier. I need to start walking every day. I need to put these weights together that I have in my living room that I've had there for 2 years. I've never put together. And I just need to make more of an effort to live a healthy lifestyle instead of eating piata pasta every night. Like the sandwiches aren't that unhealthy because it's basically like corn, tomatoes, and avocados. I mean, it's not that, there's cheese in there and stuff like that. I'm like wondering if I'm gonna have to like go, I feel like I need to go change this right now. I'm gonna go do this and I'll be right back, okay? Bye. Okay, I'm back. It's literally like night and day. I know like this is gonna be strange, but I'm like staring right into the sun. So you guys, I'm gonna put these sunglasses on. You guys are like, Peter is vlogging in sunglasses. I know, but like I'm staring like right up into the sun. And I wanna do this vlog. So I was like, which sunglasses can I pick that are the cutest? So I picked these little aviators. These little Chanel aviators. I actually have these. I bought these. I've had these for 11 years. I bought these when we got married. I think I got them in Las Vegas. I just washed my hands and they smell so good with the soap that I bought at Sullivan's. Do you guys ever notice stuff like that? Like, just like soap, the smell of soap on your hands and things like that. I bought all this stuff at Bath & Body Works. Was it Bath & Body Works? Yeah, last year, like candles, like Christmas candles and Christmas room sprays and stuff like that. And why is this eye still hurting me? It's like real sensitive to the light. Like I changed it and as soon as I put in the new contact, I was like immediately it started feeling better. But it's like starting to hurt again. Typically when my contacts hurt a little bit, like if I wasn't running around with Caroline, and because I wear sunglasses when I'm out because my eyes are kind of sensitive to sunlight a little bit. If I wasn't gonna like run around today, I would take my contacts out and just wear my glasses. It'll get okay here in a second. It just is like. If I hadn't gotten so much sleep, I would think it was because I hadn't gotten any sleep. This is where I get like 400 comments in the comment section. Not 400, but 30 comments, 40 comments, and people are like, well, what you need to do is you should do this, or have you tried these? I appreciate all your suggestions on anything that I complain about, like my medical issues and things like that over here, but do you guys ever know how overwhelming it is to read when people are like giving me like 20 like different suggestions? And I, like I've said this before, like I know that they're just like based on personal experience and it's so flattering, like I really appreciate it, but it's kind of like overwhelming sometimes. Like when I'm talking about my sore throat and people are like, well, what you need to do is this, what you need to do is that, and it's like literally like 20 different things that I should do, and I'm like, okay, well, which one's right? I'm like, I don't know which one to do. I don't know. And but this is like the other thing is like, I know you guys are saying it because you just care about me and you're so nice. So it's like, I mean, I can't get mad about it, right? Like, it's just, it's so sweet that you guys care so much. But to read all the comments, I mean, like literally sometimes it's like comment after comment and it'll be like, well, what you should do is drink chamomile tea with honey. And then the next comment will be like, I used to drink chamomile tea with honey, but I realized that never worked. What you should drink is lavender honey. The next one will be like, lavender tea. The next one will say like, tea isn't good for you when you have a sore throat, you should only drink honey or coffee. The next one will say you should never drink coffee, you should only drink tea. It's literally like every comment contradicts each other, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just want my sore throat to go away. That's a reality that nobody ever talks about being a YouTuber. But no, I appreciate it. Like, it means the world to me. It just kind of cracks me up sometimes, you know? So anyway, then my eyes starting to feel a little bit better. Yeah, it's been a good day. I have to tell you, like, being sick, like, has just sucked. Like, it really has. Like, I have said this for years, I am not a good sick person. I'm just not. And my husband is not the person that caters to a sick person. You know what I mean? Like, I know that we all want that partner that, like, when you're sick, lays in bed and is like, can I bring you some vegetable soup? Can I bring you magazines? Like, my husband's not that person, you know? My husband's like, I'm sorry that you're sick, babe. I hope you feel better. Like, truly, that's who he is. I'm not so much. I'm like that, like, do you need anything? I'll order you from Amazon. Like, do you need Mucinex? Do you need cold drops, cough drops? I mean, to the point where it drives him crazy. Tanya and I were talking about that the other day, because it's like, same with her family as well. But, I think it's funny, like, who are you as a person, you know? Like, and it's funny, too, like, when my husband, like, there are times that my husband, like, is, like, with the pancreatitis, he was, like, unbelievable, you know? My husband, after the accident, became somebody I was not even aware that he had the ability to be. I mean, in all honesty. When I found out afterwards, you know, that, you know, I was in ICU for 5 days, and I was in the hospital for a total of 7 days. I didn't remember anything until the 5th day when I came out of it. You know, Alex, I think, the day of the accident, he was working, doing stuff. The next day he took off, and then the day after that he had to go back to work. He didn't have time that he could take off, right? So he would go work, but he was like, his employers were kind enough that they would only, like, he only had to work for a couple hours. So he would come and be in the hospital with me and sit at the hospital with me. But then, you know, Tucker was still alive at the time. He would come home and feed and take Tucker and Boo out. He also, like, Melissa was helping at the time and stuff. Tanya was obviously at the hospital a lot. Caroline had COVID through that whole thing, so she couldn't help at all because she was so sick. She couldn't come to the hospital, help with the dogs or anything because she was so sick. But, like, Alex, like, I mean, was taking care of the house. I mean, there was, like, stuff going on that he needed to take care of. Taking care of the house, working, coming to see me at the hospital, taking care of the dogs, and did that for the next month and a half that I was out of the hospital. Took care of everything. Literally took care of everything, you know? And I think sometimes, I don't know, like, my husband is very pragmatic and just takes care of stuff. But he really stepped into this caregiving role with me, especially during that, and with the pancreatitis, like, was so caring and loving and kind. I mean, he always is loving and kind, but, you know, you see my husband's sense of humor. I mean, he's the same at home, right? But he jokes with me. It's, you know, he thinks he's being sarcastic. I think I can take these off now. Can I? We'll see. But, you know, there was like, when I'm sick, like, what if I have a cold, he's not the person to be like, oh, let me tuck you into bed, let me bring you some. He's not that person. But after pancreatitis and after the accident, he was that person. Like, 100% he was that person. Alex, to this day, I mean, we talk a lot about the accident in therapy and stuff like that, because it's not a day goes by that I don't think about it, you know? It's a lot of what my therapy is about, my individual therapy. And, like, Alex can't even talk about it to this day without, like, getting really upset. But I'm gonna have to put my sunglasses on. I'm sorry, you guys. It feels better, but my contact is still settling a little bit. He still cannot talk about it today without getting broken up, you know? And he'll just look at me and he says the same thing every single time. He's like, I thought I was gonna lose you. Like, I thought I had lost you. There's a lot of things I haven't talked about on video, but, I mean, I've hinted at, but I haven't talked about, that they thought that I might have severe brain damage for the rest of my life. They weren't sure about that for the first 5 days. That they thought that I would be in some kind of unconscious state for the rest of my life. You know, I had a brain bleed for a very long time afterwards. I did talk about that on here. A lot of people die from brain bleeds. So Alex was really scared for a long time. When the pancreatitis happened, I think he jumped kind of into that panic mode again, because he knew, like, what excruciating pain that I was in. I think we sometimes have to allow the people that we love in our life to be the people that we don't expect them to be, if that makes sense. I don't know, like, I was always the caretaker, and I thought I saw Caroline's car coming. You should have seen my heart. Oh my God, or felt my heart. My heart just went whoomp like that. I was like, is that Caroline coming down the street? What time is it? Am I not ready? I think sometimes, I think I should say this about myself. Since this is my experience, strength, and hope, I have not allowed the people in my life to be the people that I want them to be, and then they surprise me because they become the people that I want them to be, if that makes sense. You know, like, Tanya is such a giver that, like, I'm never surprised by the million things that she does for me. Alex has become that person. And, like, here I am joking about that being sick part. I mean, not when I have a cold, you know, I'm in bed. He's like, I hope you feel better, babe, you know. I'm going downstairs. You want anything, Diet Coke or water or whatever? But no, he's not like, I mean, in the moments that matter, that's when he steps up, you know. That's when he... It's always there, but that's when he steps into that role. And I'm so grateful for that, you know. I think about when we first started dating. You know, Alex was 24, I was 36 years old. We were just having fun, going out a lot, partying. I mean, well, I wasn't drinking, partying, but we were going out dancing, partying a lot, you know. Staying out late, eating steak and shit. It was fun. I never even wanted to be in any kind of, like, long-term relationship at that point. Neither did he. You know, I just thought he was a cute guy that was fun to be with, and we traveled a lot, and we went out a lot, made a lot of friends. It was just a fun part of our life. It was never... I think, like, my last relationship, we were so enmeshed and just, like, at home all the time, unless we were going to the casino or something, or going out of town to visit his friends and family. And so, I mean, we never spent ever a second alone. And I think I got with Alex, and it was just kind of like, all of a sudden we were going out all the time, and I was wearing cute outfits, and I had lost like 30 or 40 pounds. And I just was like living out loud for the first time in my life for a long time, you know. But then, you know, life gets real, and we start getting, you know, he gets a serious job, and he starts settling down, not going out as much, and, you know, his going out switches to having dinners with his girls. And, you know, my aunt passes away, and he was super close with my aunt. And then, you know, his grandpa passed away before that. He was really close with his grandpa. And, you know, shit just starts happening in our lives. And I've always believed this. I remember, like, I wrote this poem for my cousin Caroline's wedding. This was, she got married June, the summer after I got sober, so June of 95, so she's been married 28 years. This is 28 years ago I wrote this poem, and it was called Moira's Mystical Tea. I have it down in the basement. I think I might have read it on video one time. But I said, you know, marriage is really not about, it's so funny too, because at the time, what was I, 23? What did I know about marriage, right? But I said marriage really wasn't about the fairy tale endings and all this kind of stuff. Marriage was, it was about this couple, and they're getting married, and they go to this tea leaver, a tea reader. She reads tea leaves, and her name's Moira. And so, isn't that so funny with Schitt's Creek? But anyway, so they go to this woman, and she reads tea leaves, and her name is Moira, and she lives way out in the country. And so they want her to read their leaves about their marriage. And really what it is that she's really not a tea reader at all, tea leaf reader at all. She's really just somebody that knows a lot about life. And so she tells them, you know, that life is really not about, marriage is really never about the fairy tales and the magical moments. Like, that's all part of it. But marriage is really about, like, when you're laying in bed at night and your feet are cold, does he cover it up with a blanket? Or when you've had a bad day at work, do they make your favorite meal? Or, you know, do they text you in the middle of the day like my husband does? Hey, just wanted you to know I was thinking of you, I love you, you know? Or a cute little meme of a dog or something like that, or a song, you know? But really, it's those difficult times that withstand, that you go through. It's the sickness, and that's, you know, the death, and the financial woes, and the fighting and the arguing. That, like, I'm getting emotional because I think about all those things that my husband and I have gone through, and they've just made our marriage so much stronger, you know? And I think, like, I'm so grateful for that. And I think that's weird to say that I'm grateful for those tough times, but I am. I think what it made us appreciate was how much greater our lives were together than apart. That we were almost so willing to just walk away from it, you know? And yet we had these amazing lives with each other, and we leaned on each other during tough times. And you know, there's nobody that I would rather lean on during tough times than my husband. And I have to be honest with you, I'm very grateful that my husband is not always the person that's going to cater to my every need. Because when I'm going through tough times, my husband's the one that keeps it very real, you know? My husband's the one that will look at me and say, when I have a friend of mine that passes away, this may be the hardest thing you go through in a very long time, but you will make it through this, babe. And you've got me to lean on. He's the person that says that to me. You know? He's the person I share everything with, I tell everything to. Didn't used to be that way. We had to go through those tough times to get to the other side, and I'm so grateful for that, you know? I'm going to have to stop doing these early morning vlogs because, my God, it's like the sun is like right there. You guys look. I'm going to show you. I'm going to make you have to look at what I'm looking at. You see? And it's like this hazy sun, too. It's not like this bright sun like in the summer. It's like this hazy sun. All right, let's stop talking about how much in love with my husband I am. That's making me all weepy and sad and wishing he was at home right now. Okay, should we read some of these cards? Aren't these cards so pretty? Okay. Let's pick one at random. This is something my mom would have done back in the day. Today is the day I shine. Look how pretty these are. I love this. How can I focus on projecting myself outwards today? What emotions and thoughts do I want to share with the universe? I'm going to start crying. What emotions and thoughts do I want to share with the universe? What emotions and thoughts do I want to share with the universe? Well, I have been reminded this week, and especially in the last 24 hours, I was talking to a friend of mine last night at my meeting. He was sharing with me some things that he had never shared before, and I was telling him about childhood trauma that I had gone through, much of which I've never talked about on video. I shared about this in my Peterisms video today. And I was saying, you know, that my sponsor had said something to me that was really important. She said, you know, you have every right to be a victim of this childhood trauma for the rest of your life. And this isn't the bullying, this is much more serious than that. She said, you have every right to be upset and angry about it and angry with that person for the rest of your life. You have every right to feel that way. But what I would ask of you is this. How have you responded to the world as a victim of what happened to you? And I can remember asking, like, I didn't really understand it at first. And she's like, how do you relate to the world? How do you walk through the world? How do you respond to your husband? How do you talk to your friends? Do you trust them? Do you trust your husband? Is it blockage to your life? Is it obstruction to your life? Like, how do you respond to the world as being a victim of this traumatic experience and other traumatic experiences? Because if it just happened to you and you're forever a victim of it in your life, then it serves no purpose in your life. You can't make anything of it. You can't take anything of it than just that I'm a victim of this horrible shit that happened to me, right? But if you can look at it and you can say, I walk through the world this way, seeing the world. You guys, the sun, I'm sorry, it's so bright. I'm almost thinking about changing over to that seat. Should I just change over there? Let's just do that. Hold on a second. That'll be easier. Oh, that's much better. I sit out here at night because I have the light shining in. But if I sit there, right, and I think to myself, this was so profound to me when she said this to me. If I sit there and I think to myself, how do I respond to the world as a person that has lived through this traumatic experience in my life, right? then I can learn something from what I went through. I can learn that how I walk through the world is different than how you walk through the world. What you went through in your life. Hey!
When you're done, I need to talk to you.
Okay, well, I'm getting ready to leave here in just a little bit.
I just got something quick to say to you.
Okay. But when I look at myself through those, when I look at the world through those eyes, and I ask myself, who am I in relationship? I got distracted, can you tell? Okay, when I look at myself and the traumatic experiences that I've gone through in my life as an adult and as a child, and I ask myself, how am I responding to the world? How am I responding to people around me? How am I responding on YouTube videos? How am I responding to comments? How am I responding to my best friend? How am I responding to my cousin? How am I treating people in my life? Do I trust people in my life? Have I given up on trust? In relationship to who I am as a person that's gone through that experience, then I learn something from that. It's not necessarily just the fact that I went through it and I'm a victim of something that happened to me, or like who am I as a person that went through that, right? But it's really about what we go through in life shapes who we are and how we respond to the world, and in a way that we are all different, and we've all experienced different things. You know, just because I had an alcoholic mother, just because there's 100 people out there that has alcoholic mothers or had alcoholic mothers, let's just say if all 100 of those mothers got sober 6 months after their child did, does not mean that our experiences are identical in any way whatsoever. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg of the traumatic experiences I experienced as a child. Trust. And my experience is specific and individual to me, as is everybody else's, as is yours, to whatever you've gone through in your life, you know? And none is greater than the other. This is not a trauma challenge, you know? This is not a trauma competition. You know, maybe what you went through was, I can remember, like, meeting my friend, Brittany, that was Miss Indiana USA, and she ended up marrying us, and she was like a model, and she was like a supermodel for a long time. And, super thin. Super, super thin. Well, you know, I had been bullied growing up. I mean, I met her when I was 36 years old. She was the first person that Alex and I met as a couple. That's why she married us. And so, when she actually started an anti-bullying organization called I Am Possible, which she had for several years. But I had been bullied because of being gay. And, you know, I would hear other people being bullied for this or for that. But because from my point of view, what I went through was so horrible, it felt so bad, I thought, well, this is so much worse than what everybody else went through, right? When I would hear her story about how she was bullied and literally laughed out of school for being so tall and so lanky and so thin, kids would make so much fun of her. Eat a cheeseburger, you need to eat a steak, you need to eat a pizza. I would literally sit with her and she would eat like an entire pizza. You know, she could eat, the girl could eat. It was just how she was built. And kids were so ruthless to her that, you know, she didn't want to go back to school. She ended up going back to her high school and speaking at her high school about bullying, you know? And I can remember, like, I'm starting to feel like maybe he's pissed at me or something. He wants to talk to me, and he sees me out here filming, and he's, like, doing stuff in his garage. He never does stuff in his garage. I'm like, what do you want to talk to me about? I'm going to go over there. I'm going to ask him what he wants real quick so I can just get this done with, so I can get ready for my... Hold on a second. Let me see if he's like... Yeah, let me go over and ask him what he wants real quick. Hold on. He is so hilarious. So I walk over there and I go, did you need something? He goes, no, I'm just kind of worried about you. And I go, you are? And he goes, yeah, this is like the second day in a row that you film videos so early. And I go, oh. And then he goes, and I was just going to tell you that my trash can is pretty empty in case you need to put stuff in there. Because last week I put like my plants in there and stuff like that. He's so sweet. So anyway, I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I was just worried because you're like out real early and stuff filming videos. So anyway, and he's blowing the leaves out of his garage. I said, listen, you know, like, it's pretty windy today. There's a lot of leaves out there and stuff, right? And he's like, yeah, but I'm blowing them out of my garage. I go, well, they're coming right back in your garage as you're blowing up. You just started laughing at me. Anyway, this is good. See, these cards make you think, don't they? Should I do more of them over here? I love these cards so much. So what emotions and thoughts do I want to share with the universe? I think the emotions and the thoughts that I want to share with the universe today are, you are a survivor. I am a survivor. I have friends of mine that don't necessarily love that word. I am a survivor. I'm a trooper. I've made it through some shit in my life. The reason why that's important to me is that I will continue to make it through some shit in my life. I know that there will be more shit that comes along. There will be more stuff that comes along in your life as well. But you'll make it through it, and you'll be okay. And whatever you're going through right now, you're going to make it through to the other side. Just because we have trauma in our life, just because we have horrible times, just because we have shitty times, shitty days, you know, maybe you just are having a bad day. Sometimes bad days are enough to just take us down, right? But you don't give up. You don't give up, you know? You say, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. You push through it. Put one foot in front of the other. Do your best. It's the best that we can do, right? I am content with what I have. What can I do to remind myself of how much I have already accomplished? How can I be more thankful for the little things? Wow. Well, one of the things I can do that I should start doing is keeping a list of all the little things. From these cards, to a good cup of coffee, to the weather. The big things to me are like getting to spend a whole day with my cousin Caroline. Like, that might seem like a little thing to people, but that's like a big thing to me. The beauty of these mums. Look at these mums. I mean, they are so beautiful, aren't they? My pumpkins. Such a nice neighbor. That I was borrowing trouble and thought that he was upset with me about something. He was just worried about me because I was upset. He's like, have you even been to sleep yet? If I'm up early, they think I haven't been to sleep yet, because mostly I usually haven't been. Small things. I need to start keeping a list. Maybe that's what I'll do. You know, I have to be honest, I have not even started my gratitude happiness journal yet. I bought all that stuff and I didn't even start it. It was a good idea though, wasn't it? So I'm gonna start November 1st. It's gonna be the month of gratitude, is November. So what can I do to remind myself of how much I've already accomplished, and how can I be more thankful for the little things? Well, I'm gonna keep a notebook, and I'm gonna start of every little thing in my life, from the beautiful leaves falling down, to Boo Radley running around the backyard, to a good cup of coffee, to look at this coffee mug with these cardinals on it. Isn't this so pretty? To every little thing, I'm gonna make a list of the things that make me happy and the things that I'm grateful for. All the little things. It's the little things that make the most in life, right? So anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing, what is today, Wednesday? Magically amazing Wednesday. You've made it halfway through the week. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. I've got to say them today, because if I don't, I'll forget what they are. Number 1, you can start your day over or your week over whenever you want or whenever you need to. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. Just do it to be selfless. Just do it to put kindness and love out there in the world. And like my neighbor asking me if I want to put trash in his trash can. How nice is that? 3, remember to reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. This is 3, most importantly. Make sure to reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you, whether in a text or a phone call, a letter, write a letter, Maria, a postcard, whatever. And also, you never know that you might be, like I always say, be putting a smile on their face, changing the day for the better, making them feel more hopeful. And you might be their little thing for today that makes them happy. And also, or your big thing, you don't know. Or their big thing. Also, be kinder to one another. Love one another a little bit. Be kinder to one another. Love one another a little bit more. And most importantly, be kinder to yourself and love yourself a little bit more, because it all starts with you. And if you are kinder to yourself and you love yourself a little bit more, then you'll be kinder to others and you will love others more as well. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Oh, and for those that need to hear it, those that want to hear it, those that need to hear it, those that need to want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.